Hi, today is October 29, 2019. My name is Olawale Okabola, Spartacus Trading Corporation, here to bring you a live trade. Call it part two of today's trading session. I'm teeing up 36.
Order working. Order working. Order cancelled.
Teeing up one contract to go long if this market comes outside of my zone. This low here is good enough for me. Coming out of my zone shows that there is no acceptance in this zone and we could trade higher. And there's several reasons why I want to go long. Besides the obvious that value is overlapping to higher. So these folks who are selling short in the hole.
Order working.
The point of control is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here, 8 there. That means the point of control, it being 8, is not going to migrate any lower. I get hit, which I should get hit soon. If I get hit, my stop will be right, probably stagger one at the low,
Stop filled.
one at the low, and one below the low. So I am long at 36.
Order working. Order working.
My stop is at 34 a quarter. The red line represents my stop. The blue line represents my entry. Coming back out of my zone that I identified pre-market that I want to pay attention to. One, two, three, four, five, six, six wide. So now in the trade, just monitor the trade. Folks are selling short in the hole. So if they can't get any more downside momentum, meaning they're trying to get inside this gap entry again, they can't get it, then we're trading higher. If we're going to challenge the gap again, I'm the first one out the door. Odds favor my move 8 to 2. We can talk about while also I'm interested. This green line is the halfback. They've sold on a 15-minute basis from the halfback, but they sold twice today from the halfback from yesterday. There's one, and here is two. So they sold twice from the halfback. They sold today 3 times from the all-time high, former all-time high. There's one. This red line is the all-time high, former all-time high, I should say. One, two, three, making 3 times using a on a 15-minute basis. They've sold from there. If you're just looking at it from a 30-minute basis, they sold once from there. That's not very strong, regardless. I talked about value being overlapping to higher. In my pre-market report, I talked about I wanted to pay attention to how does value develop in relation to halfback. Values overlapping to higher to that reference. So I had the zone that I've identified that I would be interested in, and I'm going to monitor this trade. If you remember from earlier this morning, I was in a trade short. The market was rejected, and I got out of my trade. So now the market's coming up. I am watching to see some potential areas where the market could go. I'm using my five. The first part place where they probably could sell is at 37. So I'll have an exit to get out, take one off there. Very short term trades. Yeah, 37.
Order working. Order cancelled. Order working.
So we know who's selling it on the 5. So these guys who are fading my trade definitely need to see us take out at least the volume body of this candle and get into this excess. If they can't get that, then they could be in trouble because they're just using just price, maybe volume, but they don't have the benefit of seeing time and what's really going on with the market. One could say that we're one time framing lower, but I really don't consider that. I don't really consider one time framing lower until we break this low. I'm still in this trade, and at around 310, I'll bring up the 5 to see where these moving averages, where are they? I probably missed that exit. Yeah, that was very short. Wouldn't even be worth my while. Since we did trade outside the zone and now we're back in the zone, I'm going to go ahead and stagger my stop.
Order cancelled. Order working.
One exit is at 30 right here on the low, 34 half. The other is at 34 quarter. Reason being is tighten it up a little bit because this market, yeah, one can consider it one time frame, and I really don't consider it like that, but I can see how other traders see that. We have already traded outside of my zone after volume dried up. We traded out and volume dried up. We coming back in. So that's a first clue to me just to tighten the stop just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pause this video. I shared with you why I'm interested in this trade, and I'm just going to let it do what it does. Stand by, everybody. As we're waiting to see the result of this trade, another reason why I was interested, I forgot to tell you guys. See all these level where they're selling overnight? That's exactly where K sold off, knowing that these traders are short in the hole. If they don't get what they want, they're going to cover as the day goes on. Okay, they're short in the hole. They're using this as a reference, so stops are here. Even though we trade and clear these stops, they're trying to reestablish that level. That's a telltale sign for me. Again, these are the things I teach my traders when I am training them. So my first exit, if we can break this trend line, first exit's at 37.50 because if they're still trading off the 5, where do you think they're going to short at? So I'll just sell them one and move my stop a tick above break even. One more to go. I'll just go ahead and take it off early if it gives me the opportunity to. Come on, baby. On a failure like that, I would love to see it to get 8 wide, and that may allow it to match up with this. And then if we can't get any more upside momentum, I need to exit because now the point of control comes. It probably more than likely will be lower. Let's see. Oh, we got a discrepancy. It can.
Order filled.
All right. I got one contract off.
Order cancelled.
I still have one on. Trading light size because I'm not going to do anything. Well, my option, I'm still long, so I'm not. All I'm doing is really padding stats on the option trade. Okay, I'm going to put my stop a tick above break even. I probably will get stopped out. Not a killer trade. Ah, why can't you go in my favor? If we can get 8 wide here, I'm going to begin to choke the trade because more than likely the point of control, there's a chance that a point of control could migrate lower. Okay, I'm cool with the trade with the point of control remaining here 8 wide. But in L period, if we get to K, we're 8 wide as well, and we're 8 wide for a while. So if we can trade up, I'm choking this trade up. Okay, I'm in a risk-free trade anyway. Okay, my stop is a tick above break even. Hopefully it lasts. If I get stopped out, no problem. If the market comes back in my zone and dies, I'll take that trade again, probably. I would have loved to see us go after at least this week high at 75. That would be nice. That will be real nice. I'm just chipping away at the loss I took this morning. It was a trade that was screaming out to me, but I'm not going to endure any unnecessary risk. I'm going to be a winner. I told you if there was an area of trouble, it would be right here. So if it comes down, no problem. What is that, 36.50? Yeah. My stop is at 36 quarter. So whatever. Red line represents my stop. So you guys see it like this. I want us to get at least get to 37, 37 3/4. I mean, come on. And if it doesn't want to, that means there's a problem, and there's a problem. I'm the first one out the door, and there's a problem. I'm gonna get stopped out.
Stop filled.
All right. Okay. Just a couple of bucks. Earned a couple of bucks. Wait to see what the market wants to do. If it wants to sell off again, that's fine. If it dies in my zone, I probably more than likely would be interested in another trade going north. Stand by, everybody. It's been such a low confidence day. I'm just going back and evaluating why did I exit. I always review my trades immediately. At the end of the day, what I'm telling myself is, dude, it's been a low confidence day all day. You get a couple of, it takes forever for anything to happen. You're going into the Fed tomorrow. It's okay to play the trade safe because we always go back and say, oh man, why did I get out? That's part of the ego and the emotions of trading. But truth be told, yes, it could trade higher. Now I ask myself, do I want to endure any more risk than I've already taken today? And the answer was no. So if the answer was no, go ahead and protect yourself and let the chips fall where they may. So I'm okay with that trade. And then if we do trade higher and also get to that level of stops that I showed you, yeah, there you go. There you go. There we go. And he got there. Just a little more patience on my part, and we got there. This was my original exit of the first one, but we can look for structure. I mean, at the end of the day, I can't get mad at myself. I was unwilling to take on any more risk. I said to myself, if it's going to happen, let it happen. If not, oh well. But they're selling it again from yesterday's half back. That's not a good sign for them. And then with 8 wide here, right? point of control did come down, but this is just sticking out like a sore thumb. It would be okay if we're like 8 wide, maybe two or three ticks, not just one tick. So maybe it's setting up for another opportunity for me to take the trade again. We shall see. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If I take a three, I will bring you in. At least you will understand the setup and what I'm thinking and looking at for this trade. So, all right, folks. Sorry for the boring trade. This is Olawale Okabola, Spartacus Trading Corporation. Have a good day.